Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to A Life of Magic, your life of magic, a life of mystery, a life of discovery, and of course, so many miracles, you could trip over them. I often wonder how I got this far out on the ledge. But the further I go, the more I know who I am. The more I see how it's all been orchestrated for me to be right here, right now, at this moment, and deliver what it is I'm to deliver, just as it is for you. Moments that you can't really explain, for everything happens in a flash, and the next thing you know, you've become a different entity of yourself, different aspect of yourself, something more than you could see a day ago, a year ago, something far more expanded. But the amazing part is that you don't know how it's happening. It's just happening. And you don't really need to know. But I can tell you, you are the originator of what's happening in your life. Whatever you came to experience and whatever you came to do. So I'm going to share words as I always do. So sit back and relax. You don't have to track them, remember them, or even hear them. For the message is coming on a different plane than your physical awareness. The old earth is kicking you out of its house. The old earth is slowly but surely kicking you out of its house so that you might take residence on the new earth. You have tried and tried to live by the rules and regulations that exist on the old earth. You got a good education, you got a good job, you paid your taxes, and you were a good citizen of the world. But you still found yourself without the ability to get ahead, always living from paycheck to paycheck, or just when you would begin to build some savings, there would be some crisis that would require all of your funds, and you were once again back to getting by paycheck to paycheck. Others, as you looked around, seemed to be doing better, but they were also not very happy and just seemed to have a bigger paycheck that they were working the paycheck to paycheck system. A bigger house, a nicer car. But if something would arise like a major car repair or a major health expense or work slowdown, they were just like you. But because you are conscientious and caring with a desire to play by the rules and provide a life for you and your family, when you were knocked down, you just got back up and kept trying to win the game that is rigged, a game that you could never win, a game where those who are running the game will always have the upper hand. They're not interested in your well-being. Their interest is in using your magic and your energy to control this earth with its programs and systems, and to enslave everyone in debt so that you can never leave the game. They want to force you to become a thief or a criminal or simply an obsessive gambler to try to get out of the debt and their control over your life. And like the loan sharks and the bosses at the Las Vegas casino, they can call in their marker anytime you start to get out of line. The old earth is kicking you out of its house. There is great compassion for our plight, and all the beings who support us throughout the galaxies feel what we are going through as they continue to remind us that we are not alone. And in fact, they are standing right beside us to assist us in this transition onto the new earth. We have yet to decide to live solely by magic and miracles. That's because it sounds like a fantasy, something that's not real, something that might make us lazy or think that we don't have to do anything except sit back and wait for magic and miracles to come into our lives and save the day. But nothing could be further from the truth. You're trusting in the reality of the existence of this source for your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being takes great courage and does not come consciously into your world until you accept and acknowledge its presence in your life. So you must let go of the rope that has tethered you to this old earth and come to see that there is another way, and that way is waiting for you on the new earth. It is there that you will have a conscious relationship with magic and miracles, a living, breathing entity full of power and that sees your every need. And along with its friend, hypersonic magic, you are constantly blasted with a surge of resources that contain everything that you might be lacking at any specific moment in your life. This old earth has served its purpose. It has been a place for transformation, a place to grow and change from the experiences that one can only get in the physical world. But as we reach that tipping point in our awareness and we have experienced what we needed to experience to grow and change and transcend those things that we hadn't yet transcended, it becomes time for something new. So do not spend another minute of your life on trying to make the old earth work for you. Once again, the use of our energy to bring attention to the injustices, the corrupt nature of our system, the corrupt nature of individuals, and even the revealing of those who are running the corrupt systems from on high is old and no longer serves anyone in the transition onto the new earth. It only makes people stop and look back and try to use their energy to fix it or think, okay, I think we got it this time. This place will now be heaven on earth that we were promised. But that never seems to happen because that was not how it was going to work. But in the meantime, we settle back into sticking around again. But not this time, for the old earth is kicking you out of its house. This is why when I sit with those who are feeling what I am feeling in their own way what is coming to them about what I am saying, we have very little to say. This is because the only thing to talk about until we're firmly on the new earth is the old earth. And it feels like we're done talking about it. Obviously, we are still partly here, and for most, mostly here. So we must still interact with the old earth. And there's nothing wrong with us speaking about it and seeing and acknowledging its purpose, even if it's just for entertainment. But any attempt to use your energy to take a stand against it keeps you here that much longer. And it allows all those that are still running the game to use your energy of conflict, of right or wrong, and them and us to keep their game afloat. So, as best as you can, disengage from all activities related to the old earth. This is not a call for isolation of any kind. It is simply the moving away from something that is old and no longer serves you to something new that has come to take you on a brand new adventure. It's like going through a divorce. Everything in you wants to hold on to something that has ended. You made a vow and you don't understand what happened. And even as that relationship officially ends, you are still tied to the person through your love, through your emotions, maybe through your name, your finances, your house, or your children. And because of those ties, you must still interact with that person, which sometimes brings up moments of maybe we might get back together. And you can feel both people having that feeling for a moment, but then it rushes away because the destiny of that relationship was for it to end. The old earth is kicking you out of its house. It is an arduous process to separate from someone that you became one with. It takes whatever amount of time it takes. But from the moment of your awareness that the relationship was ending, you started on the path of going to something new. You could not see what that was because all you could feel was the loss of what was at one point the most beautiful part of your life. And then out of nowhere, you became aware of something new coming into your life to take the place of that old relationship. And you once again felt that excitement and joy as the weight and the influence of the old began to finally fall away. And where you used to talk about your ex-partner all the time, all of a sudden, you no longer speak about them because all you can see is the new, and nothing from the old is even worth talking about. This is our relationship between the old earth and the new earth, a final dissolvement of someone we loved that was in our life for a purpose, but was never our final destination. Great patience is required, for everyone must be given the grace and the space, the support, the encouragement, and whatever amount of time they need to come to the reality of the existence of this new relationship, this new earth, and their desire to live upon it. As I said before, this is something that you could have never imagined, and therefore it stretches the boundaries of our limited logic and reasoning. So do not worry if you cannot see what I am saying, or even if you think I'm just talking shit and making things up. But I'm sure you can feel that nothing that I am delivering has any intent to hurt you or cause you distress in any way. And it never comes with any expectations. So we always come together in peace and part in peace, always wanting the best for each other. My focus has been on the transformation of the individual, that's you, which in turn leads to the transformation of the collective. Know that it is within your individual being that you will find the new earth, for it is standing right next to the old. They most times cross over each other's boundaries so that you can still be in both at the same time, or just the one. So don't be surprised if you start to see in a flash beings and structures appearing in places where you think that it is not possible. Everyone is doing what they came to the planet to do, and they must do it in the only way they know how, and that's by just being you. But what I mostly see is that everyone is looking out. You will not find the new earth by looking out, for you must firstly find it within you, and then you will see it all around you. That is the opposite from looking outside of yourself to find it. The new earth and its peace, harmony, wisdom, and love are void of conditions. Those qualities being in our life are not based on what is happening around us. On the contrary, they are qualities that exist in spite of what is happening around us. When you experience one moment of self-awareness, of self-revealing, that feeling of transcending an attitude towards another person, or surpassing a reaction about something that was said or done to you, you are on the new earth. You will continue to go back into the old if there are more things for you to transcend. Those things will be brought into your life through experiences, and you will be given the opportunity to surpass them. That feeling that you get when you realize that you are no longer under the power and influence of you reacting is something that is not easy to describe. It's like you just had an out-of-body experience, looking back at yourself and saying, "Who was that? How did I do that?" I tell you that's because you left the old earth, and for that moment in time, you entered my earth, the new earth. When you experience the deletion of the parts of you that were connected to the old earth, you do not see any problems in your life or on the planet, for you have left the world of problems. I say again, that's why we are running out of things to talk about, because we mostly talk about solving problems. When you step back into the old world, there will be problems everywhere, but they are just there so that you can go through this process of transcending them. And once again, feel that peace that only exists on the new earth, that peace that starts inside of you and then is outside and all around you. There's such a peaceful feeling of detachment from all the thoughts, opinions, judgments, programs, and beliefs that govern the human entity on the old earth. There is a feeling of completeness, for not only have I seen the new earth, but through that, I have become intimately aware of the old one and its ability to influence me, and like a magnet, pull me into its ways of living. But now I have come to the end. It is done. And even if by looking at my life from the outside, it may not appear that that is the case, know that there is one who has walked out and who is looking back from the outside. And through this one lies a path for all humanity. There are many paths to this place where I now reside, for this is not the only path. But in order to see me there, you must come there yourself, for everything appears as though nothing has changed, but in fact, everything has changed. You will see me there when in those moments of self-transformation that I spoke about earlier, but you will not see me there if you are on the old earth. I am living on the new earth, and I can look back and see the old, but if you are on the old, you cannot look forward and see me on the new. So no matter which earth you're on, enjoy your life. And if you're not sure which earth you're on and you have a desire to know, just pay attention to what you are speaking about. If you are complaining or blaming or judging, reacting, or talking about people like you're back in high school, you are on the old earth. If none of those things exist in your being, you are on the new earth. Every step I take feels as though it is on the new earth. And as I continue to walk across the land, I will need less and less of anything that exists on the old earth. Not the finances, not the medicine, not the thinking, and not even the food. For everything will arrive as it is needed through the power of magic and miracles as I enjoy my new adventure on the new earth. Cheers to us all. The old earth is kicking you out of its house. I'll see you on the new one. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. As I said before, I'm so appreciative to be able to speak. And it doesn't matter if you can see what I see. All that matters is that you enjoy your life and you're at peace and you have no problems. And you're kind and you care about others. And I mean everyone. If that's where you are, you're on the new earth. And it'll appear in front of you more and more each day, even as you walk physically on the old one. I give you all my love. And I continue to show you the way to a perfect life with perfect health and a magic future. I am David.